After Superman, Henry Cavill's portrayal of Geralt of Rivia is one of his most adored roles. A monster hunter in a medieval setting, the British actor played this captivating role for 2 seasons. His brief time as a monster slayer, however, was revealed by the news of his departure. After season 3 of The Witcher, Liam Hemsworth will replace him. When Henry Cavill was announced as being out of The Witcher Season 4, many people assumed he was switching to the Seven Kingdoms instead of the continent. Does Henry Cavill really plan to appear in Season 2 of House of the Dragon? A lot of people had Cavill in their minds as the White Wolf before he really took on the role, since they were such fans of the original material. Season 3 of The Witcher on Netflix, which he has overseen since 2019, hasn't even premiered yet, but we already know it will be his last season. Everyone is wondering why Cavill is stepping down so Liam Hemsworth may take over as Geralt of Rivia. Cavill is adamant about taking every job available, as if playing Superman again in the DC Extended Universe wasn't enough. The Master of Whispers says he'll ride into King's Landing for Season 2 of House of the Dragon, in addition to rumors that he would dress up as Shepard for a live-action Mass Effect series. Cavill was questioned during a session about if Season 2 of House of the Dragon had surreptitiously cast him. For the record, when seeing House of the Dragon, Cavill thought, "I feel like a lot of these men might make extremely amazing Witchers. I genuinely do believe it would be nice to live in Westeros, but I don't think there is room in there for me." As a result, it doesn't seem likely that he will switch Geralt's blonde wig for a Targaryen one. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power on Amazon was the competition, but HBO's Game of Thrones spin-off has virtually destroyed it. The 10-part series credits have barely finished, but we're eagerly anticipating Season 2, which might air in 2024. Cavill might be lying to us in order to conceal his casting, but to be completely honest, his response sounds like a resounding nay. The second season of the increasingly successful series The Witcher makes many decisions that are typical of second seasons. Whether it was Henry Cavill's gruff, furious energy, or self-contained tales about men who were cursed to become monsters, what worked good is repeated. New characters set up supplemental happenings to support a series now confident in its long game, while the established cast is split off, each having their own arcs to carry, and set up for an emotional reunion in the final episodes. Everyone wants to take a bath with Geralt as foes and allies switch roles. Setting and pursuing goals, rather than necessarily completing any of them, is the main focus. There is less place for classic conflicts with multi-dentured she-demons and tentacled tree people because everything is focused on the future and working toward it. After Yennefer, Anya Chalotra, destroyed a group of Nilfgaardian soldiers at the Battle of Sodden and vanished, the Season 2 opener picks up with Geralt, Cavill, and Ciri, Freya Allan, searching for the unnamed woman. However, Tissaia, Arteza Mage, breaks Geralt's, likely horse-sized, heart when she informs the father-daughter team that Yennefer is dead when she is unable to summon her presence. So, like many dejected lads, he goes back home, determined to defend and train Ciri, but also needing to tend to his injuries, both physical and emotional. At Kaer Morhen, Geralt finds success. He gets to spend his days hanging out with his friends in addition to jumping around on 20-foot-tall beams and swinging his sword like George Michael was playing Jedi in the Bluth family garage. How many times does Geralt have to remind his close friends not to bring sex workers back to their safe haven? His brothers are heavy drinkers and sassy creatures just like him, but they create a fun environment and help Ciri with her preparations. Vesemir, the group's de facto father, and Geralt's, is additionally portrayed by none other than Kim Bodnia, the big-eyed bear with the piercing eyes, who is perhaps best known to TV viewers as Constantine, Villanelle's handler on Killing Eve. Vesemir and Bodnia give The Witcher the supportive juice it needs to expand without boring audiences, whether he's hacking limbs off a bloodthirsty birch man or mixing a lethal potion for an innocent teen. Even when they're not together, Yennefer, Geralt, and Ciri are a reliable trio, and their separation adds a deeper level of solemnity to a show about a group of misfits who are so lonely that they won't even allow themselves to dream of happier, more fulfilling days. Geralt refuses to accept a gentle, wise, knightly companion because he believes he has lost the love of his life for good. And a bath. A bath. Give our large, lonely boy a cuddle. Ciri is once reprimanded for choosing a route that was so perilous it could have killed her in 2 distinct ways, while Yennefer remains similarly cautious due to her existential dilemma. The Witcher cult has already started peddling conspiracy theories in the wake of Cavill's unexpected departure. Others believe there has been a creeping fracture between Cavill and those overseeing The Witcher, even if it's possible that he is simply too busy being confined to the DCEU. There have just recently been rumors that Andrzej Sapkowski's books and CD Projekt Red games are despised by the authors, which explains why there are so many variances. They have begun assembling Cavill's interviews. Specifically, he said to Total Film, "This season, I really wanted to make sure that we more faithfully portrayed Geralt from the books and gave him more speaking opportunities. For that, I worked incredibly hard." Additionally, he has admitted to attempting to transform Geralt into an amateur philosopher. In the end, we may never know whether Cavill intended to stay true to the source material while showrunner Lauren Hissrich wanted to create her own series. The Witcher has suffered a great loss as a result of Henry Cavill's departure, which raises the possibility that he left because of conflict with Netflix. Given his extended position as Sherlock in Enola Holmes 2, that doesn't appear to be the case though. Even though Cavill has been vocal in his criticism of The Witcher's artistic choices, this does not necessarily mean that he is finished working with Netflix. It also does not imply that, should Enola Holmes 3 be approved, Cavill's portrayal of Sherlock Holmes will need to be recast. Henry Cavill allegedly continually pushed the show's creative team for an appropriate rendition of the books because he is a major fan of Andrzej Sapkowski's The Witcher novels and the video game The Witcher Wild Hunt. However, he did not receive this with The Witcher Season 2, which greatly annoyed him. Cavill's exit from The Witcher has actually been a long time coming, if not even a little tardy, since he disagreed with the show's artistic choices, particularly its departure from the original material he adores. In essence, Cavill departed The Witcher because of creative disputes with the show's creators, rather than necessarily because of Netflix. Even if Enola Holmes 2 is not at all the faithful adaptation of the book that Henry Cavill desired for The Witcher, the film sequel must have done something well for the actor to return as Millie Bobby Brown's on-screen sibling. Cavill is very passionate about the projects he chooses, and he values getting things right when it comes to bringing text to the screen. This passion is apparent in his desire to work on franchises that honor their original material, rather than mutilating it for financial gain or a general distaste for its source. Because of this, regardless how differently the movie is from Nancy Springer's books, Enola Holmes 2 makes an effort to maintain its connection to its literary roots. If Netflix decides to move the game forward, Cavill's Sherlock Holmes role will be expanded in Enola Holmes 3 thanks to the addition of Moriarty, his archenemy, and Watson, his sidekick. Given that Cavill and the creators of the Enola Holmes series have a better working relationship, it is very possible that Cavill's Sherlock will return. He might have remained on, sparing Netflix from criticism, had The Witcher's writers been more receptive to his notes. The lead actor of a popular show was fired by the show's writers because they believed they knew better, which was unfortunate for the streamer.